Happy Monday, everybody. We're back at it. It is the 26th day of January, 2026. 26th. Wow, I just figured that out. I'm Dan Kuntz. How you doing? It's chilly. It's 23 degrees. If you don't park in a garage or a carport and you have to head off to work in the next hour or so, you'll be scraping your windshield. Pretty heavy frost right now. It was pretty cold over the weekend. We only got to 30 yesterday. The overnight low Saturday night into Sunday was 18. Going to be pretty chilly for the first 3 or 4 days this week, basically through Wednesday. Significant warming pattern coming up by the time we get to, say, Wednesday afternoon. We're going to be very warm. We'll be pushing 50 for the afternoon highs over the weekend with some rain coming our way. We had that ridge of high pressure that gave us that air inversion and pretty glunky weather for about 8-9 days. It moved away on Thursday afternoon, Friday. Gave us sunshine for the weekend, and now it's coming right back again. It decided, oh, we're going to go back to where we were, and it's going to bring some moisture with it from the south and the west, which is why we're going to see rain and not snow. Details are coming up. News, yes. Sports, I think you all know what happened last night at Lumen Field in Seattle. We're going to the Super Bowl, and by we, I mean the Seahawks. Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, 2 weeks from yesterday. Go Seahawks. We'll have post-game reaction on that. So now everybody's good to go. Pretty excited about that. And I checked this morning, and they still have a few tickets remaining for the big all-you-can-eat prime rib and crab feed up at the fairgrounds in Waterville. It is on Saturday, March 14th. It always sells out because for less than $80, you can eat all the prime rib you can scarf down, all the crab you can scarf down, and it's all a fundraiser for the Friends of NCW Fair. My conversation with Paul Collard, a member of that board, in the back half of the program. And at 2 minutes after the hour, we should have some pretty good cameras today, even though we're not quite at sunrise. Almost. Days are getting longer. We're going to have another 2 minutes and 35 seconds of daylight today that we saw yesterday. This is definitely the time of the year where you can tell the days are perceptibly getting longer. 7:34 will be sunrise this morning. 4:53 sunset tonight. 9 hours and 20 minutes of daylight. Great shot from the Billy Goat camera. You can see there's snow up there. Billy Goat's over 7,000 feet in elevation. You can see a little sliver of the Columbia River down there as the sun begins to climb up in the upper area. And Mac is panning the camera to say good morning to Pateris and Brewster and all places to the north of us. Good morning to you folks. Leavenworth chimes in. Still pretty dark there. There's Leavenworth. You can see the lights of downtown Leavenworth on the right-hand side of your screen. Beautiful view from our Tumwater Canyon camera. And let's see what Kashmir looks like on this Monday morning. Looks something like this, pointed right towards the Wenatchee Valley. That's where you can see the salmon pink skies off into the distance. That's from high atop Hay Canyon, looking over beautiful Kashmir. Chilly weekend, though, wasn't it? And it's going to be cold for the next couple of days. This is kind of nice. I want to give a little shout out there to the National Weather Service because this is going to give you an idea of some of the cities that we don't normally really take a look at, even though they're in our viewing areas, like Moses Lake, like Leavenworth, like Winthrop. Your highs and lows are on your left, and your chances of precipitation are on the right. As you can see, by the time we get to Friday, here in the valley anyway, we have a good chance of precipitation, but it is going to be in the form of rain with some mountain snow possible on Wednesday. The snow level is going to be down to about 900 feet tomorrow night and Wednesday, but not enough precipitation to call it really snowy. Whatever snow we get Tuesday night into Wednesday morning is not going to last because we'll be warming up to above freezing. So there you go, your temperature forecast and your probability of precipitation forecast from the National Weather Service. From our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, it's where comfort, care, and community come together. Morning clouds, afternoon sun. It's going to take a little while, but no, 2:30 or 3. The sun will be peeking out behind the clouds, and we'll get up to about 34, which is about normal. Our normal high this time of the year is 35. Cloudy tonight is going to make us a little on the milder side, 24 for the overnight low. Lots of clouds Tuesday, no sunshine tomorrow, a little bit warmer. 37 degrees on Tuesday. The slightest chance of a rain-snow mix Tuesday night into Wednesday. As I mentioned, the snow level is will be at 900 feet. Point of reference where the Columbia River flows through the Wenatchee Valley is at about 600 feet above sea level. So there's your demarcation line. So maybe a snowflake. Again, it won't stick around very long. Look at the high on Wednesday, 38, and then 42 with rain, 43 with rain, 45 with rain, 47 with rain. In fact, outside of Wednesday, where they are expecting some snow in the mountain passes, the passes themselves may be getting rain instead of snow. They can't catch a break up in the upper elevations. Our snowpack is nowhere close to where it should be this time of the year. They had a bunch of snow, then we had the atmospheric river about 6 weeks ago, melted all the snow, and they can't seem to replenish the supplies. Sometimes it's just how it works out. We're going to take a break and come back with your Monday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
It's a little chilly, 23 degrees here in the big city. We'll be about 10 degrees warmer with a little afternoon sunshine. No sunshine Tuesday. Then we start warming up on Wednesday, and we're looking at quite a bit of rain with temperatures well into the 40s by the time we get to the weekend. It's 8 minutes after the hour. The Wenatchee City Council on Thursday approved a stipend, a $2,470 stipend for Police Chief Edgar Reinfeld for his ongoing work as the interim city administrator. Our media partners at the Wenatchee World reports that the monthly stipend represents about 15% of the budgeted salary for a city administrator. City Human Resources Director Kim Oglesby said on Thursday at the council meeting that the funding for the stipend will come out of the mayor's office's budget. Mayor Mike Poyer says the decision is in response to the additional work Reinfeld is being asked to do while the search for a permanent administrator continues. Of course, Laura Gloria, the former administrator, resigned from her job at the end of August. Poyer said that the search for her replacement is ongoing, and the city has had some candidates, including a couple that have made it to second interviews. A Chelan County State Legislature is speaking out against a bill that would bar Washington police departments from hiring any officers who joined ICE during the Trump administration. It's House Bill 2641, and it would prohibit police employment for anybody who was hired as a sworn officer of the U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement on or after January 20th of last year. That, of course, was the date that President Trump returned to office. Democratic House members Tara Simmons of Bremerton and Sean Scott of Seattle introduced the bill on Friday, which has yet to gather any co-sponsors. ICE, of course, has come under fire for wrongful arrests and violence against bystanders while enforcing immigration laws, including 2 fatal shootings in Minneapolis. State Representative Brian Burnett, a Republican, was the Chelan County Sheriff for 12 years. And in a statement last week, Burnett called the bill discriminatory and said new Washington police officers should be hired on individual merit. He also warned that the bill could shrink the potential pool of new police recruits. The Chelan PUD is transferring the reservation management system of the BB Bridge Park campground to Washington State Parks. The state land agency operates 124 developed parks and over 6,000 campsites in our state. According to the PUD, other parks along the Columbia River, including the Wenatchee Confluence Park, Daroga State Park, and Lincoln Rock State Parks, are also managed by the State Parks Reservation System. PUD staff will continue to maintain the park over a 2-year transition period and will work with state parks to transfer operations into early 2028. PUD customers can receive continued free day use access with parking passes. They can be requested by going to the PUD's website. The Chelan Douglas Land Trust has acquired 2 properties to protect nearly 100 additional acres of river and floodplain habitat along the White River. The waterway provides spawning and rearing habitat for endangered spring Chinook salmon and supports one of the largest sockeye runs in the Upper Columbia. The Land Trust says the new property is located in the Wenatchee watershed above Lake Wenatchee, will include wetlands and forested floodplain, which offers opportunities for future habitat restoration. Although public access is not restricted, visitation is not encouraged, and the properties are not developed for recreation. In total, the Land Trust now permanently protects 704 acres and over 6 miles of river corridor along the White River Channel. The Lake Wenatchee dining landmark, 59er Diner and Cabins, is under new ownership. Ezra and Sheena Frenzel took over the roadside diner from Joe Canada. They did that last month. It's a 50s themed restaurant. It's a beacon of light and hunger satisfaction for travelers along Highway 2 at Cole's Corner. The diner has featured classic American fare sourced with local ingredients for more than 30 years, despite a fire 10 years ago that destroyed the previous building. The Frenzels are now stewards of the diner, its customers, its history, and its future.
So I'm Sheena Frenzel. This is Ezra Frenzel. We're married. We live in Lake Stevens part-time and over here in Leavenworth part-time. And we just took over the 59er Diner on December 30th officially. But we've been working on this for 6 months or so. So we've been married about 10 years. And before we were married, when we were dating, we used to travel up here quite a bit and visit Leavenworth. It was always a favorite of both of ours.
Driving over the pass, the beautiful scenery, stopping at 59er for lunch, heading into town, playing mini golf. Like, Leavenworth's always been special to us.
Ezra and I are both entrepreneurs. We've started our own businesses before and grown them quite a bit, and so we've been through the experience of that. But this is a unique experience in that we have such a great head start on this diner, and it's got such a place in the community already.
Kind of cliche, I guess, but standing on the shoulders of giants. Like, Joe's really set a good foundation for us here, literally. So we're excited to continue off that. We don't want to break anything that he's done that's good, and we want to add our own twist to it as well as time goes by. But we want to be slow and deliberate about that because, again, we've always loved the 59er, and we don't want to break it.
Yeah, this was a really special place that we would come as a family, and we've got 4 little kids, and they would come here and, dance to the jukebox music and run around outside, and it was just a really fun place, and so it's really special to us.
Along with the 50s theme, we've always thought it would be fun to do some outdoor movies, hopefully weekly, but we'll see what happens as we get closer to summer. But I personally have always been a fan of like the old black and white, like sci-fi specifically. The movie Them is so fantastic. So we thought it'd be fun to put up a screen, get a projector out here, and get the community involved and show some movies.
Yeah, 50s movies in theme with our diner. So yeah, and we've got some great cabins here that have a lot of charm and history, and we want to build out some additional cabins and remodel a little bit as well. The cabins that we have built here were built in the 60s, and they've been refreshed a couple times, but it's all 50s themes. Each one has its own individual theme. But yeah, so they're really cute, and we want to build out a lot more. We want to do like family reunions and corporate events and bigger picture stuff that people can come to, and they can have a place that they can have a little bit of that charm and a unique experience here.
Yeah, we'd like to be a destination, like not just for food, but also for entertainment.
So I love the Jan's Classic Burger. I think that's really great. as well as the Big Bopper burger. The burgers here are fantastic. The shakes are really good. We have lots of different flavors of shakes, and those are really popular. Our kids actually love the kids spaghetti the most. They're always ordering the kids spaghetti.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. But they love a lot of the breakfast foods too. So we come here a lot for breakfast, and well, we come here a lot in general. But
yeah. I think the Bopper and the Jan's Classic are hard to beat. Those are my favorites as well. But the Hula Bird's also really good. Still working my way through the menu, but yeah, there's a lot of good food on there. And then the shakes, of course, we love.
We want to get a little bit more of a hold on things first. As being the new owners, we're still figuring out what we have going on, and so we have a lot of fan favorites here and people that have come here for years, and so we don't want to break anything that works really well, but we also want to evolve as a business, and so we're open-minded to making changes on the menu as it makes sense, and then also adding our own twist on things as we grow. It's a really great location for sure, because we've got the ski resort that's not very far away, and then we've got downtown Leavenworth that's not very far away, and so it's a great stop when you're first coming over the pass to have this happy place that you can stop and get a burger or a milkshake or warm up with some hot chocolate. Or
yeah, as well as just like the whole Lake Wenatchee area as well. Like, it's beautiful out here. There's lots of recreation, not a ton of places to eat. So we're excited to be able to serve this really local community as well as Leavenworth.
So our kids are super excited to be a part of the 59er Diner. We have a 3, 4, 8, and 10-year-old. Our oldest is a boy, the others are girls. And our 8-year-old girl, she just immediately, she thinks she works here, and it's great. I love it. She's a part of, she's already a part of the 59er. So she comes in and she immediately wants to hand out menus. She's bringing coloring pages to the kids, and she's already great with customer service, so she's gonna be a hit here. And then our son started his own LLC and officially owns our chicken coop here, and is going to be in charge of the eggs for the diner, the local part of the eggs that we're able to have here. And he's really excited about starting his own company and doing his thing with that. Yeah.
And another piece of the Confluence Parkway Bypass project rolled in Wenatchee on Friday morning. That's one big girder. City Public Works Director Tom Wacholder says the first set of bridge girders arrived for the new North Miller Street overpass. That's a key portion of the parkway's first phase of construction. The city's contractor will be working over the next few days to erect those girders near the Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad. That's adjacent to Miller Street. The overpass will carry traffic along the rail line for the North-South Parkway, and an east-west underpass will allow traffic on McKittrick Street to travel straight through to the Columbia Riverfront underneath the railroad tracks. In future phases, the parkway will join up with a new second bridge crossing the Wenatchee River. And that's the news. At 18 minutes after the hour, the crew will be gathering and doing what they do so well, figuring out what's going on around here, and then the news will come your way tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Once again, Grant Olson is off today, so Jefferson Robbins will be in the anchor chair. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight, the NCW Life Evening News. If you're not plugged in with either a coax in the back of your television set, you are unplugged. We are on YouTube, as a matter of fact, and we stream most of the time. Inside joke. Our news will be on YouTube right around 5 o'clock tonight. Don't forget our email address if you have a news tip, news@ncwlife.com. No inside joke about the Seahawks. Going back to the Super Bowl. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
We've all dreamt of moving somewhere new. But what are home prices like? How are the schools? What are the state income taxes? And how's the weather? For all your questions, the Coldwell Banker Move Meter has answers. It's the only tool that lets you compare cities by cost and quality of living, so you can get a better idea of what your dream looks like and start making it come true. The Move Meter, only from Coldwell Banker. Live well with Coldwell.
21 minutes after the hour, Seahawks heading to the Super Bowl. Yeah, they outlasted, that's about the best way I could put it. They outlasted the LA Rams. 31-27 was the final. They are the champions of the NFC. The Seahawks are now 4-0 in conference championship games played at home. And before we get ready for 2 weeks of Super Bowl hype, here's one last look at yesterday's NFC Championship trophy presentation.
It is an honor for me to present the George Hollis Trophy to Seahawks Chair Jody Allen, GM John Snyder, Head Coach Mike McDonald, and NFC Champion Seattle Seahawks!
Hey Cam, you got one more duty. Give that trophy to Jody Allen. And Jody, come on over here with me for a second. Congratulations, first of all. This is your team's 4th trip to the Super Bowl. How does it feel for you to win this in front of the 12?
Look, I'm incredibly proud to be standing here today and accepting this on behalf of all the 12s here, all the 12s across the country, and all the 12s across the globe.
Well, congratulations. And we know they're going to follow you to the Super Bowl in San Fran. And let us get Coach over here. Coach McDonald, Mike McDonald, come on over here, Coach. They love you, Coach. They love you. Now you congratulate 2 years as head coach, and you're playing for the Lombardi. How does that feel?
I'm speechless. I'll tell you what, this is the power of 12 as one, man. This is a heck of a job. When you do it together, this is what you can do. How about the 12s?
From the post-game press conference, here's the head coach, Mike McDonald, starting quarterback Sam Darnold, wideout Jackson Smith-Njigba, and safety Julian Love.
I don't really know what to say. I'm incredibly proud of our team. I'm happy for the 12s, I'm happy for our city. What an atmosphere, just to be able to take it in after and understand what our team's been able to do up to this point and how they've done it. We're just blessed, just really blessed that we got a heck of a group and a great organization and a great owner and the best fans. So it's humbling too, and it's just pretty awesome. It's just, I don't know, I'm kind of speechless, but just really, really proud of our guys. It was a team win. And we didn't play our best game on defense. We made enough plays to win. You got to give them a lot of credit. They had a great game plan, did some things we weren't ready for. We had to adjust again, par for the course for their offense. And it's a team win. Special teams had to pick it up. The drive at the end on offense was just tremendous. I thought Clint called a great game. And then, you can't talk about the game without talking about our quarterback. I mean, he just shut a lot of people up tonight, so I'm really happy for him.
Great team win. Great team win. You know, we came out, we did exactly what we wanted to do on offense. You know, I thought that was a great first touchdown drive, and then kind of hit a lull, you know, in the second, third quarter. Got things going a little bit there in between those lulls, I guess. But just a total, complete team win. Special teams stepping up on the muff punt. Derek, you know, recovering that was huge for us, especially going into half. So, and then getting the ball back. You know, our defense just playing lights out. That fourth down they hit, you know, I think it was 4th and 4, something like that. Just an incredible stop by our guys. So just like I said, complete team win, and very proud of this group.
It's a dream come true, honestly. Just all the work that we put in the off season and the summer, throughout this season, all the people. The doubters, the naysayers, you know, it feels awesome, you know, to have a group, have a collective that, you know, like I said, just plays for the guy next to him. So I'm honored to be a part of that.
It's surreal. I mean, yeah, hugging Leo after, obviously, you know, we've been through some shit, but I would not be here, you know, without this special unit, top down, obviously from John through Mike, and then the guys on the field. I just love playing with these guys.
So, in case you missed it, the earlier game in the snow in the Mile High City, New England pulled out an exciting 10-7 victory, so we are good to go. Super Bowl 60. February 8th, Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, 3:30 kickoff on NBC. Super Bowl is a registered trademark of the National Football League, all rights reserved. There were other sporting events going on. The Seattle Kraken, they went to work last night, and they won, too. Matty Beniers and Berkeley Catton. They each scored 18 seconds apart in the third period. Joey Decord, 27 saves. Kraken beat New Jersey 4-2 at Climate Pledge Arena yesterday. Riker Evans and Jordan Eberle also scored for Seattle, which finally is getting off the schneid. They've only won 3 of their last 10 games. Seattle welcomes the Washington Capitals to town tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on Kong TV and Prime. Men's college basketball, the Huskies snapped a 4-game losing streak to the Oregon Ducks. Did it at home, too. Huskies knocked off Oregon in college basketball yesterday. The final there was 72-67. Eastern over Sacramento State on Saturday. Washington State got by Pepperdine. Gonzaga still without their 2 leading scorers, and it showed, but they snuck by San Francisco on Saturday afternoon. Women's scores, just one to pass along for you. Sacramento State beat it. It's been a tough run for the Eastern Washington women this year. Sacramento State beat them 61-54. Girls high school basketball on Friday in the game that we had right here on the NCW Live channel. Davis showed why they're number 1. They rolled all over the Wenatchee Panthers, and there are the rest of the scores from Friday's prep girls basketball action. As far as the boys were concerned, on Friday, again, we had the game at the Wenatchee High School Gymnasium. Wenatchee lost to Davis 65-53. Eastmont took it on the chin against Eisenhower, and there's the rest of your games. Boys basketball on Friday. Girls basketball Saturday edition. Wenatchee got by Moses Lake 65-58. Congratulations, Wenatchee. First league win of the year. Eastmont got by West Valley, and there are the rest of your scores from prep girls basketball on Saturday. And the boys, same schedule, slightly different results in prep boys basketball on Saturday. And the Wenatchee Wild took 2 steps backwards over the weekend. They got taken to the cleaners on Friday night against Kamloops. The Blazers rolled out to a 7-0 lead after 2 periods and then kind of cruised from there. They beat the Wild 7-2. And then Saturday, Guns and Hoses nights. They went all the way to overtime, but the Tri-City Americans knocked off Wenatchee 4-3. Next up for the Wild, they have a home game on Wednesday, a rare Wednesday game. Austin Andrade will join me tomorrow here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Today is National Spouses Day. If you're married, this day's for you. And I have fun facts about marriage. The average married couple has sex once a week. 20% of married couples have no sex at all. I looked all this stuff up. You can legally marry in France. In France, you can legally marry a dead person. These are the things that you find out that you know is actually true. Over 300 couples get married in Las Vegas every day. Most couples say that the 3rd year of marriage is the happiest of their marriage. Every hour, there are 100 divorces in this country. Gamophobia is the fear of commitment. if you've never been married at all. Americans are staying single longer. The average age for men to get married is now 30 years old and 28 years old for women. The number of people who live together without getting married is up 29% over the last 20 years. 30% of married couples have been married before. That's way up. It was just 13% in 1960. And 20 years ago, 65% of all Americans opposed same-sex marriage. Now it's been completely reversed. Over the course of 20 years, 70% of Americans approve of same-sex marriage, and only 30 are opposed. Happy National Spouses Day. It's the bottom of the hour. Today in history, guess that state flag. Whenever a state enters a union, we throw up the state flag. That's a pretty good one. You got to look at it a little bit. It doesn't give it away. It doesn't just have the name of the state on it or the state seal. Take a look real quickly. That is the state flag of the 26th state, Michigan. Admitted to the Union on January 26, 1837, the Great Lakes state. And there's a reason they call it the Great Lakes state. Doesn't matter where you are in Michigan, anywhere in Michigan, you are no further than 85 miles from one of the Great Lakes. Michigan has the longest freshwater shoreline in the country. Michigan got stuck with the Upper Peninsula, and they were glad they did, because the copper mining in the Upper Peninsula made a lot of people a lot of money. And in Michigan, now think about this, in Michigan, Detroit included, it is illegal to buy or sell a car on a Sunday, with the exception if your county has a population of 130,000 or less. It is legal to buy or sell a car on a Sunday, but not in the big cities in Michigan. I don't know why. It just is. Happy birthday, Michigan. Her name was Vesna Vulovic. Vesna Vulovic, she was a flight attendant, and she was on board this flight, JAT Flight 367, on January 26, 1972. 54 years ago today, a bomb in the luggage compartment blew up. All 28 people on board died except her. She fell with the fuselage in her seat. Are you ready for this? 3,360 feet, and survived without a parachute. She just got lucky. She was sitting down, and the drink cart, the food service cart, was up against her when the bomb went off, and that pinned her against the fuselage instead of getting blown out. And she fell 33,000 feet, lived to tell the tale. She had no memory of it. She was in a coma. She broke her ribs, her ankles, she broke about every bone in her body. But she lived after falling 33,000 feet. That was on this date, 1972. Super Bowl XX. Super Bowl 20. The Bears just crushed the Patriots 46-10 to win Super Bowl 20. It was at the Superdome in New Orleans. This is the last Super Bowl in which both teams were making their Super Bowl debut. New England remains to this day the only team that finished third in their division and made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Up with People was the halftime show. The theme was Beat with the Future. That was by the way, this was the last Super Bowl where Up with People did the halftime show. Super Bowl XXVI, that would make it 26, held on this date in Minneapolis at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome, and Washington rolled over the Bills 37-24 to win Super Bowl 26. The Metrodome remains the smallest stadium to host a Super Bowl. The miscues began right from the start. The opening kickoff began, but the official had not blown the opening kickoff ready to go, so they had to do it all over again. And this is the famous game where Thurman Thomas couldn't find his helmet. He missed the first two plays from the line of scrimmage for Buffalo because he couldn't figure out where his helmet was. A bad omen for the Buffalo Bills. The halftime show, Gloria Estefan, Brian Boitano, Dorothy Hamill, and the University of Minnesota Marching Band. In a bit of publicity, Fox ran a special live edition of In Living Color during the halftime show, which got better ratings than the actual Super Bowl halftime show. And that is when the NFL started to think, maybe we should rethink this whole halftime thing. If everybody changed the channel to Fox during halftime, maybe we can do a little better. Super Bowl 26 on the state in 1992. Super Bowl XXXI on this date in 1997. The Packers beat the Patriots. The final there was 35-21. Again, at the Superdome in New Orleans. They love it there. This was the last run of 13 consecutive Super Bowl victories by the NFC over the AFC. This was the first Super Bowl to be televised by Fox. They've been doing it ever since. Halftime show, the Blues Brothers Bash. Dan Aykroyd, John Goodman, and Jim Belushi as the Blues Brothers. Also with ZZ Top and James Brown. Super Bowl on the state in 1997. Super Bowl XXXVII. I hate Roman numerals. Super Bowl 37. Buccaneers defeat the Raiders at Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. This is notable because this was the last Super Bowl to be played in February. Every Super Bowl since has been played in January. Every Super Bowl since the one up there, 2003, every Super Bowl since then has been played now in February. Birthdays. Just the second person ever to get a 5-star rank in the United States Army. George Marshall was the first, and the very next day, Douglas MacArthur was giving the 5-star rank. Douglas MacArthur, born in the state in 1880. Paul Newman, there's Douglas MacArthur. Paul Newman, born in the state in 1925. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, of course, The Towering Inferno, The Sting, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Verdict. He should have won the Best Actor for The Verdict. He won it for The Color of Money. I think that was more of a Lifetime Achievement Award for Paul Newman, who was born 101 years ago today. And Wayne Gretzky is 65, one of only 3 athletes to have his number retired by the entire league. His 99 is retired by the NHL. Nobody in the NHL can wear 99. Jackie Robinson's 42 in baseball, and Bill Russell's number 6 in professional basketball. That is rare company indeed. Happy 65th to Wayne Gretzky. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. They got a new logo, but their service is still the same. Really, really good. Going to take a break. Mike Benitez got an opinion, and then my conversation with Paul Collard. He's a member of the Friends of NCW board. They help the NCW Fair, and you can do your part by eating on Saturday, March 14th. Paul will join me when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. No, I've heard a rumor that, I guess it's true, that the Major League Baseball is going to start using robots to call balls and strikes. Well, I want to say that anything that will stop us from having to yell at umpires for lousy calls, anything that will stop managers from storming from the dugout to argue, chest bump, and kick dirt on the shoes of umpires, and anything that will eliminate players' benches clearing and rhubarb starting in the field, delaying the game, and anything that will stop players and managers from being tossed from the game, should never be used. Come on, this is baseball, people. What are they thinking? This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
The winter prep sports season is here, and NCW Life Channel has you covered. Follow the Eastmont Wildcats and Wenatchee Panthers right here. Coverage brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Valley Tractor. Follow the action all winter long on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Welcome back to the program. Circle Saturday, March 14th on your calendar. Circle it big, because you got a chance to eat big. And speaking of big, it's our good buddy. He's a friend of the NCW Fair. He's a friend of everybody. He's a friend of mine. He's Paul Collard, here to talk about the annual fundraiser that your organization, the Friends of the NCW Fair, put on every year. And there's nothing better than to sit down with a bunch of friends and scarf down some really good food. And obviously this has been working, Paul, or you wouldn't have been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah, this is 28th year. We're excited about it. We have a few tickets left for the crab feed. Go to ncwfair.org and you'll find all the information about that. What we're trying to do up at the fairgrounds is just keep small town America. Small town fair, Waterville small town, the atmosphere. We want to make something special for the kids and for their parents and make it a learning experience for everybody. Some of the monies that we use are for just fairground improvements, just things that isn't in the normal fair budget, that we need a little extra kick to make the fair go and work. And sometimes it's big things, sometimes it's small things, but all those things together just make things work fantastic.
There are fairs in heavily rural and agricultural areas in this country that have been struggling. Some have actually even gone away after 75, 80 years. That's not the case with the NCW District Fair. It's going great guns, has been.
It's going great guns. We're proud of the fact that we are still here, especially after the COVID times. Yeah, it's, like I say, it's just a fantastic small town where you kind of go back to that Mayberry RFD almost, where it's just a fun time. Our fair manager, Carolyn Morley, has done a phenomenal job getting more vendors, not only food vendors, but just what I call the stuff vendors. And all of our, the youth, the 4-H, the FFA, all the barns are full of animals. It's fun to go in and watch the petting zoo, where you got the little small kids that are going down with your grandpa and grandma or mom and dad, and they walk into the petting zoo, and it's the first time they've seen a calf in person, and they can touch the calf. And we want to get kids hooked early on animals and fair and just the things that we do up there, and we feel we do them pretty special, and we do them good.
You hit on something that to me is the soul of the fair, almost any fair, and that's the kids and their animals. You mentioned the FF Feeder Farmers of America and the 4-H kids who put in so much time and so much effort, and it all centers around that last week around August when all that hard work pays off and they show off their wares.
Yep. This year's actual fair will be August 27th to the 30th. Those kids, they put in a ton of time. Not only making sure the feed for the animals are good, but just the showing at their own home and getting the animal used to them. And we are very fortunate at the North Central Washington Fair where when those animals are sold, that they normally go for a premium, and those premiums help those kids go to college, get them their first foot in the door out, so they have some cash to go do things to get them going out so they can get older, raise kids, and come back to the fair itself too.
And I know people, very generous people, who will buy something, buy a cow, buy a pig, whatever, and then they just give it back to the kid and said, you just take the money and you can go sell the pig or the cow in the open market. And, and that's always cool.
Yep. And just a little plug too for the crab feed coming up here on March 14th. Several years ago, there was 2 people bidding on a bicycle, a little small bicycle for a girl. And somebody said, well, you should ride this around, a little girl. They rode it around the community hall, and these 2 guys and families are going back and forth. And finally, one of the family dropped out, and this little girl was riding it, and the gentleman that purchased it said, oh, that little girl looks so cute. She should just take that home.
Oh.
And just things like that in fact, that just gave me goosebumps telling that story again. It's just, people care, and people want to get involved in things that are going concern. And as you said just a little bit ago, a lot of fairs, even in our own state, have dropped by the wayside. And through smart management, tightening the belts when we needed to. But the North Central Washington Fair, there's just something special about it. There's plenty of parking. It's free parking. And but we're just so excited about the crab feed and prime rib fest here coming up.
Take me back 28 years. Somebody must have had hey, we need to raise money because we need to make improvements. We constantly need to make improvements to the infrastructure of the fairgrounds up there in Waterville. What do we do that will get people to come up to Waterville on a Saturday night and hang around? And somebody came up with the idea to talk about the origin of this.
Well, that was before my time, right. But I'm guessing that somebody, as you said, just said, hey, we need a little extra money. There's not enough money in the county coffers to do this. So I'm presuming they just said, hey, let's go get some meat, butcher it, barbecue it, whatever, and see if we can get some donations from the local community. And I'm guessing that's probably how it started. And I'm not exactly sure when the crab aspect came in. I've been involved almost 10 years now, and we've had crab, phenomenal crab, wonderful prime rib, all you can eat. So feel free on that. There's, like I say, a few tickets still available. I'd love to have the people come up and see us. And if you've never been there before, just that atmosphere. The community hall is full of people. The auctioneer going, there's silent auction things, there's bigger things for the live auction, and it's just a great time. Very positive experience as well.
Pardon the pun, but how did you get roped into the Friends of the NCW Fair organization?
Well, our friend and buddy Eric Granstrom contacted me 10 plus years ago, and so you go through an interview process, and one thing led to another, and I guess I won, if you can consider it that. But no, it's been a great experience. I was on the actual fair board for 4 years, but that just got, from my daytime job, it just got too much to make 2 trips to Waterville every month. And so I'm now the chair of the Friends of the Fair board. So the funds we raised at the fair on the crab feed that night, the board I'm on and chair, we're the ones that get the requests, and then we say yes or no for spending it. So it's fun spending money in large dollar amounts too, that you're helping somebody in something along the way.
What's your personal record for prime rib and crab in one sitting?
Well, my wife and I do it a little bit different. We're serving, number one, because somebody needs to serve, but we eat the prime rib that night, and then we take our crab home with us, and that way we have crab salads for a couple of days, and we don't get all the crab scent on our fingers as we're doing other things. So we learned that after a couple of years. But yeah, my wife serves the baked beans, and I hand out the crabs. So it's
you're a real popular guy.
Oh, I'm a very popular guy. I'm a very popular guy up there.
One thing I did want to point out, I was on your website earlier as I was preparing for this interview. A ticket to get in, again, it's all you can eat, and there's going to be festivities and programs, save the date, $79.25. That can't be right. You could do twice that and sell out.
We could, but we want to make it, basically the ticket price pays for the meal. We don't make really any money on the meal. A lot of it depends on the price we get for the crab, because we don't get the price of the crab until March 1, and we're picking it up a couple weeks later. We have to do ticket prices in December.
Right.
So, yeah, we could do more. And by the time you think about it, it's all you need crab, all you need prime rib, all the soda pop, coffee, that, and cake, tip technically included, tax included. It's the greatest bargain in
for less than $80.
Greatest bargain in Waterville. That's
for less than $80.
Less than $80.
You do that at a restaurant, you're paying $150 at least.
Yeah.
For that kind of deal.
And we're trying to be cost effective too for other fundraisers around that. We're right in that same ballpark as other people, and so yeah. But you can, if you want a piece of prime rib an inch thick, they'll cut it an inch thick. If you want it a quarter inch, they'll cut it a quarter inch. So
center cut horseradish.
There you go.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Is any of the money that you're raising earmarked for any specific projects before the 2026 fair gets on? Is there certain things at the fairgrounds that need more attention than perhaps others?
Yeah. If anybody's been to the fair, they know our bathrooms need some attention. So the earmark for this money, a lot of it is going to bathroom improvements, repairs. We want to upgrade our lighting. We want to upgrade some storage facilities. We work with the Washington Association of Fairs. They will have a grant, but they need matching money. So maybe they need $10,000 match. Well, that's where our board comes in. That say, yep, we'll put $10,000 into this for a match for funds to work on a bathroom or things like that.
How do people who, for whatever reason, and it's the middle of March, we're busy with whatever's going on, we want to help out, we love the fair, we go every year, can't go to the crab feed and the prime rib dinner all you can eat, but we want to help you out anyway on the 14th. How do people help you out without actually going?
We need donations. Okay. Donations are great for our silent auction or live auction. Just some of the things that we do on my little list here. For auction items, it could be vacation stays, event, sports tickets, firearms, guided trips, any kind of equipment, services, any kind of unique big ticket items. And for the silent auction, any kind of gift baskets, gift certificates, any kind of an experience. Maybe you're a fisherman, you want to take somebody out fishing. Just things like that. A lot of the farmers like the fact that normally some of the sand and gravel organizations around here will donate so many tons of gravel, and that way they can use that, and that's always good too. And
you got some really good sponsors. People have been on board this year after year after year. They just say, we're in, Paul.
Yep.
You want to give some sponsorship love while I have you here? I know Weinstein's in on that. I want to say Waste Management, a couple others.
Yep.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, those, I don't have that sheet in front of me. I don't want to leave anybody out.
They know who they are.
They know who they are, and if you want to see who they are, come up to the crab feed, and you'll see banners inside the building of all the sponsors. But yeah, if it wasn't for the sponsors, we couldn't make a lot of the things go that we do.
This is kind of bizarre that I have Paul on to talk about buying tickets for the big event on the 14th. This will sell out. I mean, it sells out every year.
Yep, sells out every year.
And so there's a certain sense of urgency. So this isn't a last second. You can't get up on Saturday the 14th of March and say, let's go up to Waterville and do that, because you won't be able to get in.
No, you won't be able to get in. And we have people literally calling a couple days before, oh, can I buy a ticket? No, sorry, they're sold out. Yeah, if you are interested, please, ncwfair.org, go to the website, check it out. You'll find out a lot of the information as well. And kind of a fun thing we do on the night of the crab feed, besides raise a ton of money, is we also announce who our artists will be for the Friday night concert in late August. So
you brought in some people who weren't big wigs at the time, but are big wigs now in the world of country music.
Yeah, in fact, I was reviewing the list last night. Joe Diffie was there roughly 20 years ago. The past couple of years, last year was Josh Turner. The year before that was Clint Black. We've had Sawyer Brown, Neil McCoy, Shenandoah.
Yeah.
Those are the ones off the top of my head from the last 4 or 5 years. So yeah, it's either artists that are on the rise or artists that have kind of peaked and come down, but they're still very, very well-known part, and they put on a great show.
Yeah, absolutely.
They love the atmosphere. They love we have a Dancing in the Dirt. We're on the track out front. You buy a Dancing in the Dirt ticket, and you're right next to the stage, and the people love it, and I think the bands really like it too, because it's not this huge arena. It's just small-town America, and people are excited that they're there.
Again, Saturday, March 14th is the event. Hopefully, it won't sell out by the time this interview airs today. One last thing while I have you here, if you need a little, if you need a little blast of spirituality, I recommend Paul's Church, Columbia Grove Covenant Church there in East Wenatchee. It's a nice mix of traditional and non-traditional. What Pastor Andy has done up there, I think, is pretty cool, because your church is thriving like the fair is.
Yep, yeah, we're doing very, very well. You always hear a Bible-based sermon, and we're not extreme on one end or the other. Come as you are. We'd love to have you, and thanks for the plug.
Anytime, Paul.
All right.
Paul Collard, everybody, who no longer officiates high school games. Well, he actually left officiating to write his book, Why I Left Officiating. Paul, it's good to see you.
You too, Dan.
If you need more love from me, let me know.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Paul Collard, everybody, give him a big hand. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, and we will be right back.
It's time for BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 16, with your host, Mike Mitchell.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
Sun's been up for about a half an hour, and as these things usually pan out this time of the year, right when the sun comes up, the temperature goes down a little bit. It was 23 when the show started. We're down to 21 degrees, but be glad you don't live like in the upper plains or the Ohio River Valley. They're going to see overnight lows -0, so no complaining about the cold, folks, and they don't have to worry about getting cold by the time we get to the weekend. Here is your temperature and precipitation forecast for the rest of the week. We brought this up because it shows locations that's in our viewing area, but we don't normally highlight it when we do the weather forecast. It's always the Wenatchee Valley weather forecast. So if you live in Leavenworth, out in Moses Lake, up at Omak, or up in Winthrop, that's what you're looking at for highs and lows and chance of precipitation. As you can see, by the time we get to Thursday, people are going to get a little on the wet side, and for the valley, it's probably going to be rain and not snow. But we got to get there first. Lots of clouds this morning. The sun breaks this afternoon, late in the day anyway. We'll get up to 34. That's just a little bit below normal. Clouds will be prevalent overnight tonight. That's going to keep us on the milder side, 24 for the overnight low. No sunshine. Still going to take the day off with a high of 37 degrees on Tuesday. Tuesday night, the snow level is going to go down to 900 feet, but there's still no real precipitation out there, so I don't think we're going to get anything either Tuesday night or Wednesday. And then we get nice and warm, and I mean very warm, with rain in the valley by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we'll push in 50 on Sunday. And we'll see you Tuesday. Till then, bye-bye.